Hey everybody, um, this is Robin, and this is my gardening channel for the most part. And I was cleaning out my office this week out of necessity, looking for something else, and out of a birthday card popped a gift card for my birthday 2.5 years ago from Lowe's, or for Lowe's, from my sister. So anyhow, I was like, oh, I've got to I've been down in the bed for a couple weeks. Let me explain that first. And I had an ulcer that just re-flared up after 3 years of being really well behaved. And so today I was feeling good. I wanted to kind of get out of the house, and I knew I needed chlorine for the pool. And I was like, all right, so when I do that, I'm going to bring this new gift card that I found, and I'm going to go to Lowe's afterwards. Well, Ace has amazing deals. I love our local Ace because in Titusville, because they have all sorts of stuff. Like, I got striped German tomato, mortgage lifter. I said I wasn't going to do heirlooms this year, but since these things are already so close to blooming, I thought I might actually get a few good tomatoes out of them before either frost or, you know, they get too leggy in the spring or something. But I was like, yeah. And then next thing I know, I was like, oh, well, I needed some basil. And I do have seed, but some of my seed wasn't working right. So I was like, I'm just going to start again. I can't remember what variety that was, but then I saw a Thai basil, and I was like, yes, you're coming home with me too. And they're good prices. And then I was like, oh my gosh, look at the variegated leaf on this basil. This is a pesto basil, is what they call it. And you do not propagate this with seed. You do it by cuttings. And I was like, oh, that's gonna go by my front door because I have the butterfly garden. I got several things to fill. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's right, mums, I need mums. So I came over here. They only had a couple of these and they were waiting on an order. So I did pull this one because it still has a lot of time left with the blooms. This is gonna go by my front door. And then I was like, oh yeah, my red acre cabbage leaves did not leaves, my seed did not germinate. It was quite old, so I went ahead and just bought, these were really cheap, like $1 something for a 4-pack. So I bought those, and I did find some seed, but that's going to take time, and I'm impatient. And the other ones are a little bit smaller than this, so I'm going to put a row of these in as sort of like the first round in the first set, and then if my other seeds do germinate, then that'll be a late season. So, and it doesn't matter because we're looking at like several months of cold weather or cool weather. And oh, and this, it had bees all over it. So I love Mexican heather, but I had to take out a couple Mexican heathers for the sake of putting in the ground cover. Hold on a second. Oh, he's stuck. Oh, don't want to pull. Anywho, let me get the card. So this is a hybrid of the Mexican heather, and like they had 2 different varieties, and so this one came home with me. It's so beautiful, and this is going to also go back up in the front with my butterfly garden to replace some of those other, I think it was Gumfrina that ended up dying on me. You know, it just got older. I forgot to mention this when I was mentioning the other tomatoes, but this is a yellow pear, and I saw a friend of mine, if you haven't already followed the Wildings Landing, my friend Lori, she put some of these in last year, and they were 3 plants all in one little cup for $3. And I was like, oh, how can I turn up $1 a plant and not, you know, put that in the garden? So while mostly I have hybrids out back there, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple little extra nice touches. I might keep these in pots, but just put them in bigger pots too, for like the mortgage lifter and the striped German. That'll be beautiful. I see the pictures of that at the Baker Creek seed catalog. So all right, so that was all at Ace, if I remember right. And then I was like, gotta spend that Lowe's gift card, and I walk up. Of course they have mums everywhere there, but I saw this beauty and I was like, oh no. So it had to come home with me. There's no way I could let this bloom go. You don't see this very often. And so Jack has a spot by his shed, and he has some tropicals in there, but he was not loving what he had, and so I think this might be a better replacement. I'm gonna probably move those Panama Queen, what do they call them? Panama Queen shrimp plants. So and replace at least one of them with this, and that'll make his area a little bit prettier. I'm pretty certain he'll love that. So, and then of course they had mums everywhere. They have every kind of little price affordable. $1.50 for a lot of these little mums, and that'll be good as little fillers on the side of containers. And then some of them go up. This is like a $4 mum right here. Oops, sorry, can you see that? And some different pinks. They had some darker ones and some lighter ones. Of course I got a variety, and then orange ones. Those were beautiful. But then I had to have these orange ones, which were a little bit more expensive for $7. But I loved how they had the yellow to orange, sort of like a sunburst, you know. That was just too pretty for me. This one might go up in the front by the house, and then of course probably the red one will too. I love that. That was gorgeous. But then let's talk about this. So I kind of missed out. I'd had some sunflowers, but I was very disappointed when my huge sunflower bed just didn't come to fruition this spring and summer. So I found this, which is Rudbeckia, and this is, you know, a great substitute for the winter in Florida zone 9B, and it goes all the way down to -20, -40 degrees. I was looking. It's zoned all the way to zone 3. It's very cold hardy, so that'll be perfect winter substitute. And it looks just like a sunflower. It might even be in the family. I didn't even have time to research it, and I really didn't care because I was like, you're just coming home with me. So I got two. I got probably one for the front of the house and one to be in a container. So, and I've not really at least focused ever that there was such a thing as white mums. So I picked up some white mums too. Oh, let's go back to Ace Hardware. Had this thing called a purple Ruffles basil, and I thought that would be such beautiful. It's probably just ornamental, but look at the gorgeous color changes in there. And so that's going to go probably in a container too. So all right, let's get to this. This is what I got, and we're going to have a good time putting it in over the next couple days. Oh, let's stop over here. See, this is the Panama Queen shrimp plant, and it's a tropical, and we're just a little bit too far north for it. If we just get the slight, it doesn't even require a freeze or a frost. It pretty much starts petering out at 40 degrees. So I think it's a little too exposed right here, even though I thought it was protected. There's its friend down there right by Buddy. But it's a little too big for this walkway. It's just a little too big in general for right here. And I love the blooms in it, but it was really difficult to take care of. And I would love to do a hard prune on it. See how this has come back a little bit? I would love to do a hard prune on it and maybe have a shorter plant. When I researched this, the only plants I could find on YouTube were, first of all, kept in a tropical garage up north, maybe Michigan or something like that. And if the plant was only 2 feet tall, I don't know, I'm 5 feet. This is like getting close to 6 feet here. It's just in the wrong place. And so I'm still gonna replace those even if I use Jack's hibiscus up in the front. I say Jack's, I don't know why I say mine. It's mine, they're all mine. I just let Jack borrow a few. Anyhow, I'm loading up the wheelbarrow, and then we're gonna take it up the front and move it around wherever we need to. Oh, let me stop. Okay, yeah, I still have junk here. But a friend, a dear, dear friend, we share a grandbaby together. So we're going to be friends for the rest of our lives. And she's like, you know, you got wild beautyberry everywhere. And I was like, no, but thank you for telling me. And we're going to keep it here, remove as much as the garbage behind it in the coming month or so. clean up this area. We bought extra stone accidentally, but not really. You know, you can always use stone. So we're gonna build our banana pit back here, and I'm gonna use this as a little border. Hey, so I kind of came out here after the sun went down, not down, but it's over the trees, and I just thought now would be a good time to perhaps try to see about spacing for things. And I brought things out, and then I kind of got to thinking, oh, I like the wheelbarrow there, so I'm going to leave the wheelbarrow just more like for decoration than use. I have another one in the back, so hopefully if I have to, I'll pull this one, but otherwise I'll just leave it there for decoration, and may throw some hay in it too, get another bale or two of hay. So I've been really inspired by a lady named Laura, whose YouTube channel is called The Garden Answer. So her and her husband Aaron, they have, I don't know how many acres, but they mostly do like garden center plants and stuff. Her parents own a garden center, but she's been a great inspiration as they are continuing some of their established grounds already with flowers and pots and planters and stuff. But they are also working really hard in developing a new section of land that they acquired, and they're putting in beautiful maples and so forth. So and flowers, oh my goodness, they have irrigation. Anyhow, like I said, she's just such an inspiration. Then I'm going to try a couple of her techniques here, even though, you know, my main thing is vegetable gardening, but I would love to be a little bit more like her in the floral aspect, and having my pots and planters look a little bit nicer. So let's look at this. So this looks a little busy to me. I dug it over. I had them in the other side in the north garden, but they were just completely filled with water. They are really waterlogged. And they don't have holes in them, so maybe when Jack is off this weekend, I'll have him I'll have him drill a couple holes on the side. Just so I think I'm going to put a little mixture. I'm not sure if all of these are going to go in here. I'm thinking about exchanging this one out for the little pear tomatoes, because that might look cute with a little height here. And here, let me step back, with a little height here and some yellow color coming off of it, and it's not going to need a lot of room for its roots, and keep a little orange and the sunflower kind of look. And over here we'll keep the one thing Laura always stresses in her videos is if you're going to buy mums, is make sure you get them before they do the full show of flowers. So I took her advice. I tried to buy mums that had, you know, just enough color where I could see what they are and the neighbors know it's coming, but not full popping yet. These don't even have any, but these have a tag that say they're going to be yellow. And so I think I'm also going to build something up in here so you can see the flowers above, you know, from the street. So since I have the wheelbarrow here, and I'm going to use it to bring some height in over here, I may actually lay that bale of hay down into it to kind of do something like a cascade down this side. But this one already had zinnias in it, just volunteered. So I'm just going to put a little pop of color, the yellows and the whites down there. I may throw the basil in, but it seems to be getting lost, so maybe not. And then this, I think I'm just going to pull it outward a little bit. I don't really want it to block the front of the little hay scene. And of course, I got to go buy pumpkins this weekend. So I didn't want to buy them too soon, because we're supposed to have another week of really nice hot and wet weather. But then anytime in October is game. So These are the yellow pears, and my plan is that they will be hidden for fall, you know, for right away, but after the zinnias die back, they'll actually be the mainstay, or the showpiece, whatever you want to call it, the main thing you look at in this garden. So those are just a little, and they don't get terribly huge either. I totally caught Matthew kissing Susie. You're not supposed to do that, son. Well, no, it's okay, it's your wife. I'm just looking for things with color in it in the shed, and I saw this great little bucket. And then I also have this, it's for a hanging pot, but you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to take these off. Well, if I can. I got some soil, and that's going to be where I put these little mums in. That'll look great. Let's see. I think, is that yellow? Yeah, yellow. And then that little pink's going to go great in this purple pot. Okay, so I grew some Seminole pumpkins, and I thought until I get my other pumpkins in, these would look excellent out here. What a great little addition. And because I'm such an opportunistic gardener, I thought I would take this beautiful color. It's going to do some wonderful color changes here in a little bit. Look at my roselle over there too. This is Cranberry Hibiscus. So I thought what I would do is, I know that sometimes you can get roots. I may cut a couple of these and just throw them in, see if I can root them in those containers. The soil's super wet in here, so it might really serve me well trying to get a few of these rooted. Look, these burgundy okra are no longer working for me. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? There it is. There's the full picture. So I'm really happy. I just need to add the orange pumpkins all over the place. I've got, you know, 3 seats if people want to come in and take pictures. It's got plenty of color and pop all by itself, especially in another couple weeks as those mums completely open up. I really am in love with that. I couldn't make her any shorter for whatever reason. The scarecrow that represents me would not go down, and he's already in place. And I use the okra on the ends, kind of like columns, if you will. I will probably secure those down with a little bit of twine. And these represent my kids and my daughter-in-law too. And I need to get a baby one because we have a baby this year. Like I said, the zinnias are flanking on the outside. And I have the 2 yellow pear tomatoes in there. I have, oh, oyster plant. I didn't show you guys that. I have a lot of volunteer oyster plants in there. Sometimes they're called Moses's Cradle, but they're sort of a bicolored leaf. And that's just kind of filling in some gaps until the color pops out. So yellow and white. And then I put some cranberry hibiscus in there. Hopefully that'll root. And like I said, there's the pear tomatoes, yellow pears. And then the beautiful pink zinnias. Then we have the yellow mums, or excuse me, the orange. And here we have the orange mums. And then this is a basil. I've already forgotten the name. That's why I left the tag in here. Purple ruffles. That's what it's called. And this was Kufria pink shimmer. Anyhow, I do need to mulch that, but it's like 100 and something degrees right now. And this was the other new beauty. Still learning their names. Oh my gosh, I gotta put dirt in there. I missed that. Okay, gotta put that on my list to do before we go in. The yellow, there's regular basil. Let's see, where was Thai? Oh, Thai basil's over here, right? And then yellow, pink. Really happy with that. We've got the thyme. That was lemon thyme. Yeah, lemon thyme. And we're gonna have yellow and pink, and then the red over here. That just looks so cute. I'm really happy about that. Gotta finish this planter off. I forgot all about that. I was putting away my stuff. And then pumpkins. We'll go shopping for pumpkins. Yay! Oh, and Michael's got orange lights up in the attic. Maybe I can talk him into doing that. But for now, I'm really happy with this. It's turned out better than I hoped for. Other than I bought a lot of plants, and thank you, Christine, for the gift card. And in the Seminole pumpkins I grew here, you know, in the hay I bought a couple weeks ago. Whew. No, maybe just a week ago. And a lot of the fall decorations were from last year. So, not too bad. It's sort of budget friendly. I love it. I love it.